they've been absolutely incredible. They are going to be a man down for today. But let's go through the teams that we got today, Rhino, because we've got Brave, who are playing against C4, something they're off stream. Now, Brave Troopers, they are currently 6-0, a 19-3 record. They have dropped 3 games in
This is
total.
so beautiful.
However, one of those happens to be against one of the other semi-finalists, which was SBCA.
Yo.
So, it's going to be good, but on stream we get to watch SBCA going against Stryker Assassins. And how are you feeling for this match?
I mean, what an incredible game this should be. These two rosters, they have a history. It looks like the players are actually lining up. We might not have time to get into too much of the action because it is taking to the field. SBCA versus Stryker Assassin. They're in the lobby. They're in game 1, best of 7. Let's get it on.
This
This
is
is the only team that the Stryker team has lost to this season is SBC, as Action looks to take it early to Classy to the midfield, gets the pinch down. Kui Saw is going to be able to take this. It's a 2v1 situation. Classy, great defense from him. Action now turning on the ball. He's got 0 to work with, very limited in the tank, and it's going to be a risk. Classy on his own. He's got the whole goal to shoot at as he's able to get it. Sonic in for the save.
Great save from Sonic. Now going to move around the right-hand side to try and beat Rifts. A bit of a fake there to try and unseat the defense of SBCA. And now Salt going to try and move around the left-hand side. I think, is it just S? Is that what we're going with? S? Sowie?
Sowie? Should we go for Sowie? I feel like
I like Sowie. Pitch though.
Yeah, baby!
Rifts bottom left. Early goal for SBCA.
And Sowie doesn't even need to come into the play on that one. Rifts on the side. We're waiting for Kiwi to see what he's going to do. The 50 not going the way of Stryker. And the first goal goes the way of SBCA as Rifts puts them 1 in the lead.
Okay, Outlaw says Saul. So it is S-A-U-L pronounced in that way. So Outlaw's in chat. We know that now. So it will be Saul. That's not what it looks like. But all right, he's going to look for a shot here over to the right-hand side. It's going to fall maybe to Action, but Sonic tries to take this one around. Both players there repping the X's as vowels idea that we see quite a lot in modern esports. But I'll tell you someone who's not using that same one is Kiwi Saw, who flies that one over the back lines, and we're all square.
And that was just a fantastic recovery from Kiwi. Able to get the back touch, gets the reconnection, puts it straight into the top of the goal, and there's no one around for the SBCA team to stop that going in. Action now against Saul on the kickoff. Does go the way of Stryker. Classy looking to take control, passes it to no man's land. Sonic now is able to get the touch, looks to go for the flip reset, gets beaten out by Action, and Saul now on the sidewall looking for the backboard. Classy and Rifts kind of catching each other there. Kiwi into center. Sonic has the opportunity, plays it off into the corner, and play just still looming in that SBC defense.
Yeah, well, it's awkward in the back lines for SBCA, but eventually they do clear their lines. Action taking a shot. Sonic off the back wall, though, making that defensive play. Stryker Assassin's going to try and move back, but SBC Classy at the near post. Oh my goodness, how's that not found its home? How has that not gone in? And Stryker Assassins are going to be wondering, well, how they're still level.
Yeah, I will say the post definitely played a third defender there as Action and Rifts double committing on that. Soul putting it out into the corner. Classy is there. 50 getting the better of him though. Rifts on the backboard looks to put it out. Kiwi will be the one to recover. Back into the corner. Soul has a lot of boost to work with here. He can keep the pressure alive. Looks to challenge early. Gets the pinch down. It's going to be in front of goal. And Rifts being one out. They've got possession now. SBC need to transition this out if they're going to relieve some of the pressure that they've had. Classy throwing it back upfield, looking to find Action or Rifts, but it's only found the front of Kiwi's cars. Action now takes it over one, and the bump from him, though, is just going to be too much.
Yeah, unfortunate. Rifts was waiting for that one, gets demoed away as well. He was just waiting on that 100 boost in the back corner, waiting to get it refilled, and sadly gets demoed as soon as it does get filled. So pour one out for Rifts there in the back lines as this one comes up on the left. Saul off the ceiling. Action will be able to send it away, and Classy has gone ahead here.
Welcome into
looking
the stream.
for the
How are we doing today?
There
we go, Classy with goal number 2,
like
baby.
his namesake. That one over to the left side of the goal. Wonderful shot. 2-1.
Wow, what a shot,
pass
Classy.
out from Actions. Finds
Guys,
an
sorry if
upfield
I'm like
Classy,
a
and
little
Classy just finds the only space
like
in the
stale
goal
right now.
that the defenders
I'm just
can't
warming
stop.
up to what's happening.
2-1,
This is
2 minutes
absolutely
left,
amazing.
and it's still anyone's game,
go.
but kickoff going
Boom,
in the favor of
baby.
SBC. Classy getting the 50 to Rifts. Rifts might look to keep possession. A miss from Sonic. Soul now, and they're awkward in the backfield here.
They are, as this one comes around from Action. It could be an own goal. It will be cleared away by Sonic. Classy just trying to track that the whole way. Salt wants to turn it in towards goal, but not going to be able to do so. So Rifts collects the ball, taking it down the left side. Maybe a tactical backflip, that one. I think it was more of a fake as this one comes across, but Saul's going to be there to clear it away. Kiwi Saul wants the equalizer, but Rifts is going to be equal to it. Classy's gone ahead once again. They love to play that positioning, SBC, where Classy's just a little bit ahead of the play, so that if they do get the clearance, he can latch onto it and capitalize.
And he's been doing it so well so far, but one of the issues that SBC are finding is they're on limited boost, as Rifts and Classy both on 0. Classy picking up the mid-100. Action now, looking to bait in Kiwi, does so very well. Might look to pick up the 100 boost pad in the corner, does so. Sonic with the 50. Rifts
Nice,
now taken
Rifts.
out, and Kiwi is going to be one of the last defenders back. Needs to get it clear. It's only as far as Classy. Sonic with the pre-flip does get the touch, and now it's going to be awkward for Action. Soul onto the backboard. Action's good
Beautiful
touch from
save,
him.
Action.
Kiwi, limited boost in the tank. It's going to be an awkward recovery. A demo for his troubles as well. Now straight into center. Classy's there, gets bumped out by Soul, and it's a flick over, and 30 seconds left. Do we think there will be
There's a whole
any
lot of
change in this
aerialing.
game?
It's a great question. At the moment, it
Instead of
doesn't seem like
dribbling.
there will be, but with Action missing that one, there is definitely a chance here for Stryker to move back down the field. Good
Yo, Sly, thank
interception
you so
by
much for
Rifts.
the
It's going to
3
come back in
months,
from
bro.
Saul.
Tier
Action's
1.
gone for the squishy save. Why have you gone for a squishy save in 16 seconds left? Just turn in the goal, buddy. You do not need the style points. You just need the game victory.
Bro, he just
and
buddied
Stryker
Action.
Assassins will take that as Saul able
Sly,
to
thank
get the
you once
level
again
up
for
with
the
16
support,
left.
And it's almost painful as we see Kiwi's lost connection. It's going to be a 3v2. I was going to mention the last goal, but this could be absolutely
Oh my
critical. Classy taking it over one.
Wait, it's a
Pops it over
2v3.
Sonic. Action for 3-2. 3
Wait, what
seconds
happened?
left, and the loss of Kiwi
Wait.
was crucial.
What just happened?
I don't think there's anything they can do about that either. There's nothing in the rule set that tells us that we need to restart the game, so this will just be the way it is. 3-2 with 3 seconds left.
Wait, hold on, 3
SBC
seconds,
given
bro.
a lifeline, an Action. Well, he was given a very good opportunity to atone for that mistake at the other end, and
baby!
he will do so. SBC win game number 1 under very interesting circumstances.
What is this?
Absolutely, and you've got to almost feel almost a bit heartbroken in that game 1. They were playing so well. It was such a battle of back and forth, 2 apiece until the final 10
It's all the
seconds.
stats and shit.
On 3
Bro,
seconds,
what?
we get the final goal. It's savage, it's brutal,
Yeah.
but it's Rocket League. This happens
It's
from
Rocket
time to
League!
time, and sadly, game 1 of the semi-finals of the All-Star Series in EU, and it happens here.
Look at that boy,
Fascinating
Cat.
news from the other semi-finals. C4 currently 1-all versus Brave. Not the same story here as we've only just played our first game, and it will be going the way of SBC. But once again, not sure whether that's come from that disconnect. Of course, 2 men can defend against 3 for a solid 20 seconds. It happens all the time in things like ranked and casual.
Bro,
but
they
at the end of
capitalized
the day,
so
Cap,
hard
they
on
weren't
that,
able
bro.
to hold out. SBC took charge, took advantage, and took the lead.
They did, and like we say, you know, it's unfortunate. All they can do is just hope that they can fix up from that. It's
All right, here we go.
something that
Game
you never
2,
wanna
bro.
see
I'm
happen.
freaking
It
out. Show the
happens.
hype in the
I
chat,
do
bro. Let's
worry
go.
about what the cause
This
of it
is
was,
crazy.
because are we going to see it happen again? That's the big question in my head.
Yeah, we will see. Sonic can't get that one off the backboard, so Classy will move down the left-hand side, trying to cut and weave. Salt takes a shot across goal. Action really finding any action. They're not able to connect on the ball. Rifts will clear it in the corner. Sonic tries to put this one in. It's awkward, really
Bro,
awkward
absolutely.
between both sides in that corner, but eventually Action will be able to bring it away.
Who's
And I
first here,
liked
Kiwi?
the SBC there weren't too cluttered. They took it in turns to challenge as opposed to all challenging in that corner. Now Rifts might look to put it up. Sonic with the cow action, limited boost. Rifts has used most of his to get back. Picks up the 100 though, and it's fortunate he has Soul looking to beat out action. Puts it into the center for Kiwi. Kiwi's jumped early. A good 50 from Kiwi. Limited boost again on the side of SBC means transition is slow to that offensive area.
He got the boost though.
Yeah, it is.
Action 0.
Action.
They're very good on
Try
low
and maybe
boost.
speed some things up. That's a nice pass. Rift will get there first, but Saul is equal to it. As now Sonic sends that one away, but Classy has a chance. Off the backboard, not defended. Saul had to improvise something. He did very well to push that over to the far side, but at the moment, it's all SBC. They are the ones in the attack. They are the ones on the aggressive side, but 2 SBC players have had to go back for boost, so they might let Stryker have a chance. That is not going to happen. Rifts into the middle, cleared away by Kiwi Saw. Sonic can't get around the side. Classy looking to play it to himself, but just won't get up first, and it's a cagey game 2.
It is, and I liked Classy opting to back out there. I think it was the right decision. He didn't want to overcommit, doesn't want to cost too many goals, but this ball is just lingering in the midfield. No one's really going for it. Sonic able to bait in action, had 0 boost to work with. Rifts off of the sidewall, gets a good clear out. Soul straight into action.
Yeah,
The bomb
baby.
coming through from Kiwi onto his own teammate, puts this in a 2v1, and action can't make contact to get the ball into the center. Rifts still looking to keep the ball, still looking to keep it alive as Kiwi comes in clutch, clearing out the ball and allowing some breathing space for this Stryker team.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's not enough, I don't think, because SBC are building again, but this one not taken over. Classy off the near side. He can try and take it past Sonic, which he does, but it's not on target. It will fade out in the corner. Kiwi doesn't hit the ball in the first time of asking. Saul able to clear it away, but only as far as Rifts. No, Kiwi cuts in front of him. Nice work. As now Classy on the right-hand side.
Dude, Classy's
Waiting
dangerous
for a
like that.
teammate. Rifts is
Yeah,
first!
baby!
And Rifts will score! And with 2 minutes 22 left on the clock, SBCA take the lead in game 2.
And what a read from Rifts. He is up first despite 3 players being back on the Stryker team. He knows where that ball is going. He knows where the goal is, and he knows how to get the first goal in this game number 2 for SBC as kickoff. Relatively neutral. Kiwi now will be able to take control. Actions up early.
Yo, Moldy
can't get the touchdown. And now
Moldy
with the
Banana
100
Rocket
boost pad
League. It's
stolen
all
from
love,
the corner,
man.
Are they going to keep play alive?
It's all
They've
love,
allowed
bro.
Soul to take
SBC's,
possession.
we're just
A good
vibing,
50
dude.
from him. Sonic now playing
Competing
it
as
high.
well.
Rifts
Come
up early,
on.
looking to
Come on,
stop that
boys.
backboard.
Bam. That's a
And
great
he can't
pass.
do
He's
it.
going to
Soul,
put it
can he
away.
find the
Yeah.
goal? He can. And as quick as the first goal was gained, we're back to 1 apiece.
Sonic able to just... It wasn't quite a pinch, but it wasn't quite a pancake. It was somewhere in the team. A pinch cake, if you like, as that one falls across to the right-hand side, buried into the net, and it's 1-1 with 2 minutes left on the clock. And now SBC are going to feel... They're going to feel like they had a majority of this game. They're really going to feel like they kind of deserve to win this game number 2 based on how they've played so far. You can kind of see it, although the shots at the moment are exactly the same. 3 shots apiece.
Go on,
Which means
Rifts.
it's maybe not quite
Pass?
gone as one-way traffic as
action.
I thought it had as I've been watching this game. So I don't know about you, Cap, but I'm really surprised by that statistic. I really thought SBC had been the ones majority in the pressure. Back pass!
Yes, dude.
Action finds another shot, and this
baby.
time he finds the net. They retake the lead
I hear
2-1.
TJ in the other room
Well, you mentioned
screaming.
that it felt like the pressure
One
was all on them,
OC4 leads the
despite
series.
again
Game
3
2,
people
2-1
still
in
back
favor
for that
C4.
Stryker team. The pass in field from Rifts was just phenomenal, finding his player perfectly in action, making no mistakes with that corner. But I'd
Look at this
completely agree.
kickoff!
It definitely feels like SBC have been the more dominant force, especially in that midfield and transitioning up to the offense. And I think the only difference is they're just not making the shots with those chances. They're there, but it's not fully there just yet. And we'll see how it transitions forward though as we keep moving. Rifts getting the touch over, making sure there's no danger in midfield. Classy up with actions, but Kiwi up earlier. Rifts the only man back now. Does have teammates to work with. Soul will be the one cutting this off, and it's relatively open. They need to get this clear. Action, it's a difficult read. Does get the pancake on his. Kiwi now into the corner, and they just need to relieve this pressure.
They do, but it will continue to come. Stryker Assassins, they will want this goal. Going 2-0 down in a best of 7 isn't the end of the world, but it's certainly not a position you want to be in. Chance for Sonic, and Sonic finds the equalizer.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's 2-2 with 36 seconds left on the clock.
That's
they needed
rough.
it. They wanted it. Well, I'll tell you what, Cat, they got it.
Yeah, and with 0 boost from Sonic, it was a well-placed
rough.
shot, but it's got to be said, I think
There
I saw
was two
double
there,
commit
but-
after double commit from the SBC team in their defense for this last maybe 20 seconds, and it's something they need to stop. Actions now has the opportunity. Rifts picks up the 100, needs to put that pressure on, doesn't want to allow this Strikeman team to get forward any further, and they're going to. Classy, limited boost, Soul with the whiff. Action needs to get the 50 because he doesn't have much in the way of defense from his team. Classy on 0 is going to be the one to try and get the clear, though, although Soul now with 100 boost, the pre-jump from Rifts, and it is a great block from him.
Chance for Sonic. That one's popped out. Saul tries to cut it in, but Action should be able to clear this one away and does down the right-hand side. Isn't able to collect the 100 boost. Kiwi's going to keep this up. There's one more chance
Good
here
touch, Riff.
for Stryker Assassins. If they keep this up in the corner, and they do. Action slash
Oh my
jumps to it.
God.
Is that going to find its home before dropping? No, it isn't. Destined for the goal, but with a little more time was required. So 2-2, we go OT, and SBC, they're going to be really a little bit concerned that they weren't able to see that out in regular time.
Absolutely, and it was how arguably the first game should have gone. It was 2 apiece, and then we had the disconnect from Kiwi. This time it's 2 apiece, and Action's gone for the 100. It's going to leave him awkward. He gets the block on Soul's shot. Classy now with a pinch out. Kiwi off onto the sidewall. Action might be the first one to read this. But Kiwi, great 50. Can Classy take control? He can. He needs to make sure he doesn't pass it over to Sonic, who has the opportunity for the shot, gets the 50, and Action is going to be there to clear. And now, relatively neutral Action. He's got a limited boost. The demo is coming through from Rifts. Was trying to get there quick enough, but he couldn't. And now the danger will loom in the opposite direction.
Yeah, ball over to this near side. Rift's not going to get that on target. Classy just wants to pop it back to his teammate. Off the crossbar and away. And somehow, Stryker Assassins are still alive in game 2. And they've been granted, are they cats? They've been granted 9 lives in this game too, it feels like. They've had
think they
so
really
many
have.
chances.
They really have. I cannot believe that didn't find the back of the net. It was practically already there. It's still in front of the net, and SBC just cannot finish. Rifts trying to get the block, can't get it. Kiwi now popping it over one. Actions needs to be there for the defense. He is. Classy putting it back into Rifts. It's a dangerous ball. The block from Soul. Action has limited boost, and Kiwi now still trying to keep that pressure alive. Sonic has 100 to work with, has plenty in the tank, needs to be able to get it over one. Rifts, no boost, still getting the block, and now it's going to be Actions clearing it far. And oh my word, a minute 40 in, does it seem like there is going to be any progress in this next minute?
It does, maybe. Yeah! Goal! And Saul is going to be the one at fault as Action takes it past 2 off the backboard. Classy once again pancaking it. Sonic trying to clear, and Saul is coming back through just to try and help his teammate out, help his buddy out. But in the end, he's done the worst thing he could possibly do, give SBC a 2-0 lead in the series.
Let's go.
Yeah, and that was tough to watch. It's the panic that we know we've all felt playing Rocket League. It's something that everyone has at some point in their career, and unfortunately for Soul, it happened right there. And it's one of the reasons you don't flip back when you're facing towards your own net. That is one of the dangers. You don't have that control over your car. You don't have control over possession. And unfortunately, what was a fantastic regulation time, was a fantastic overtime, is ended in almost as heartbreaking a fashion as game number 1, to be honest with you, Rhino.
Wanted to, because we're
Yeah,
still
wow.
we're taking this.
Got to also say big shout out to SBC Chenzo for gifting 5 subs
Yeah,
to the
baby.
Royalty Series channel. Big shout out to you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Yeah,
and we
baby.
hope all of you guys who got that sub are going to enjoy that one for the next month or so. As well, we're certainly enjoying this game in front of us. SBC a 2-0 to the good. Stryker Assassin got a lot of work to do, but the good news is, Kat, they have pushed every single game close. They are not a million miles away from this SBC roster.
Big
They
boom.
have, and I would definitely say that none of the games have ended in a particularly bad fashion. A bad fashion in the sense of they weren't outclassed, they weren't outpaced. In one, they had a disconnect. In another, it was just an unfortunate circumstance where we had an own goal. You know, these are the kind of things you can't, right? As you can see on screen at the moment, the game is currently not playing. It would appear we've had a disconnect from Soul. They're looking to just carry on the game. I'm not sure if they want to restart here. I would imagine.
What the?
I think they're happy
I think
just
we're
carrying
in.
on. I think they're happy carrying on. So it looks like we're going to carry on.
Private match bullshit was that?
Apologies for that, viewers. Now we can actually carry on the game.
Another 5 gifted subs, by the way, in chat. Letson from SBC as well, sharing the love, getting people involved. Thank you so much. Over 20 of you here on the Royalty Series channel. Make sure to give some love if you did get gifted a sub, as we've got more than just tonight as far as action goes here in the Royalty Series. You will be using that gifted sub very well, I have no doubt. That one just about not quite gonna pinch on target, so Action brings it away. A pinch between himself and Riss. Power of friendship, but in the end, Cat, it's not powerful enough.
It's really not, and this is just danger now. Action's challenging first. Riff's in an awkward position. They're both challenging in the same corner. Riff's takes control, and Riff is very good mechanically, so you do not want to allow him the time to pull anything off with boost. Action and Classy double committing over there. They're going to therefore have nobody in the net. I say that as Classy looks to re-come over. Sonic booming it downfield, just alleviating some of the pressure. Action's infield to Riff. Riff might look to take it high. He does. It's over one. Kiwi with the hit out. And all 3 SBC players finding each other in the same corner.
I'm sorry to take the attention away from the Rocket League every single time, but I just simply have to. Another 5 gifted subs from another SBC member.
Who is it?
This time it's going to be the Sly Crook making this one work. Thank you so much. 15 gifted subs in the space of 10 minutes. You guys are amazing. You guys are the reason that Royalty Series continues to do what it does. Thank you so much to all of you. And you can understand why the SBC guys might be feeling a little good about tonight's action, Cat. They are currently 2-0 up, and they are looking very good on the field too.
They are looking very good, but a great shot from Saul, and an even better retreating save from Actions onto the backboard from Kiwi. Classy Action and Rift all there, but now a limited boost coming through again from this SBC team. Sonic looking to put it on target, isn't able to find it. Actions now has the boost, has the ball, has possession, but Kiwi coming in early, might be able to get the recovery off of the backboard. Rift's there first as Sonic comes in, and now again
that's why I fucking
the
love you guys, man.
is just large and looming for this team, and an own goal from Action as Saul just keeps the pressure on.
Yo,
wow,
much love,
look at this second touch, by the way. Just that little touch onto the crossbar is enough to unsettle Action, make him question where that ball is going to drop. He has no idea, but Saul did. And suddenly, Stryker Assassins, they are in the lead in Game 3, and they might have a double here.
I'm not worried.
Saul once again on the scoreboard, making it work for this Stryker Assassin roster. As this double touch off the sidewall, that redirect is beautiful. Action got bumped by Rift. It's a mistake in the backlines, and Cat, I see you smiling about that one. 2-0.
Have them be in one game.
To me, it's just humorous. I know it's something that they will be kicking themselves over, but when you make those flips in the backfield, I spoke about it in Game 1, and that's the cause for goals. In Game 3, it just happens to be another flip that, in this case, leads to the bump, leads to the goal from Sol. But Sol, first goal, flip reset, pancakes off of the backboard. Second goal, a lovely sidewall redirect. He's showing us why he's here, and honestly, performing brilliantly as Sonic now is going to make it 3. And at this point, Stryker Assassins are running away with the game.
Well, where has this team been for the last 2 games? They have showed up and showed out.
I
in
wish
game
there wasn't,
number 3, they're making SBC consider exactly style of play they're playing right now. Action. Oh dear, could be a disconnect. Sonic gonna take advantage. And maybe, just maybe, there's some more connection issues that are looming over this game. Stryker Assassins capitalize 4-0.
Wait, what's going on here?
There's not really much you can do there, especially when you're not aware that your teammate has disconnected. Both of them go for the kickoff. It's unfortunate, goes straight over the head, and Action, last man back, who isn't actually back and still wouldn't appear to be back. It is going to be a 3v2. We saw it in Game 1, is the Kiwi disconnect, and now we're seeing the Action disconnect.
There we go.
This really is just a story at this point, isn't it?
It is. It is. I do wonder if it's the internet gods evening the score a little bit, you know, making sure that
everyone's
Kiwi, when
getting
he's disconnected, they make sure that it happens on the other team as well. And you know, they are benevolent, the Wi-Fi gods. As Rift's now over to the left-hand side, Saul going to try and get this one into the middle. It's a 2v3 for the moment, and what a surprise! It's just math at this point, Cat. 3 beats 2
you know
every
what's crazy?
time.
It is, and unfortunately for SBC, Action has not come back anywhere near as quickly as Kiwi did. So unfortunately, it looks like the majority of this game is going to be written already. 5 goals to come back from. Even if Action returns, I think might be just too steep a deficit to come back from. As Soul looks to get the pinch onto the side where he's feeling confident now, and judging by what we've seen from Soul so far, a confident Soul is definitely not
Action's
the
in
one
the
you want to be
Discord, so I
playing
don't know what
against.
the problem is.
No, certainly not, and we'll see exactly what sort of assault we get going into game 4. Rift's going to try and make something happen up the other end, but yeah, an attack when you've got 2 men against 3. I'm not convinced by that strategy, to be honest with you, Kat. I don't think that's a particularly good idea. I do wonder if the substitute Zethans is ready on the sidelines for SBC. I do hope that Action is able to sort out his problems, but if not, this game cannot continue as a 3v2. There will need to be some kind of evening up. So yeah, we'll see what happens after this game. But 5-0, it's a convincing victory for Stryker Assassins. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, given the circumstances. There's a 6 with 10 seconds left. And Choo Choo is shown in the chat. Well, there's no stopping this Stryker Assassins train.
It's 6-0. Do you reckon you can get 6 goals back in 10 seconds? Any world in which that might happen?
This one game.
Something gives me the idea. Probably not. So
Action disconnected, but
10 seconds remaining. Is it going to be 7? It might be 7. They can't hit the target. Sonic might be able to.
But where is Action?
As Action comes back, and you know what? You know what's interesting?
Yes.
Kiwi came back on 2 seconds as well. So at least we're seeing the return on exactly the same time on the clock.
Perfect.
So 2 seconds left. We have got Action back, which means hopefully
they're laughing about it. They're joking. Joking? No. Joking.
Both teams can see out.
Please
fully.
get 1 goal right here.
But 7-0. I mean, even with a player down, 7-0 is a pretty big deficit. How do you think SBC are going to feel going into game number 4?
Come on.
Sorry,
Kat.
I was just thinking too much about the fact that I wanted them to give them the Brazil.
Who is this guy, Cat, man?
Yeah,
I'm scared,
I mean,
bro.
It's tough when you think about it, because I think the Action disconnect didn't really affect the first 2 or 3 goals. I think he was still in the server for those 3. So yeah, you're not going to be feeling over the moon about it. This is not a game that you will reflect fondly on. But it is one that's hopefully a wake-up call. SBC, they kind of got through by I'm not going to say luck, but they certainly were playing 2 games that were very, very close, game 1 and 2. And now they've been absolutely demolished in game 3. I just wonder if that's a sharpening of the mind for them to now go, we're in a game. We are in a game right now, and we need to perform.
I think it needs to be. And I think if they've shown anything, one of the glimmers of brilliance that I've seen so far has come from Soul. I've been very impressed with some of the mechanical ability coming out, and I think it's also been a surprise to the SBC team. I don't think it's something they were expecting, and it's caught them off guard on more than one occasion now. The first 2 goals were both thanks to that, and it just makes it difficult. It certainly makes it awkward.
All right, 2-1, best of 7. Come on, boys.
Some really weird starts to this game. I don't think we've had a full set of games where everyone has just been in on time at this point. We're still waiting for Kiwi.
What the?
Outlaw's in.
Sure. Oh, it's Outlaw that's in, so it looks like Kiwi is taking a substitute. Outlaw is in. The NA player comes through, and I'm not sure what they're going to do about this game. I don't know if they'll keep playing it. I think that might
What is going on?
Them for joining as well. So they are just going to play it out 1-0 to the good for SBC. This is a crazy start.
Good pass.
Maybe 2. Action.
Wait, so he's
fakes
NA?
out Sonic, but fakes out the ball as well.
Right?
Now
That's
Rifts
good.
picks this one up on the left-hand side.
Come on,
I have
Rifts.
no
Come
idea
on,
if
Rifts.
Outlaw has had warm-up. I have no idea if his hands are ready, but he's in the lobby, so we'll see what happens. Action to the far side. Rifts taking that one. Fires into the bottom right-hand corner. Lovely finish from SBC. And, well, you asked how they were going to recover from game number 3. Here's your answer.
It is very, very well, and I can't even blame Outlaw much there. The placement from Riss was just absolutely brilliant. And let's be honest, even if you've had a lot of warm-up, that's a difficult shot to save. Minimal boost, minimal positioning, and Now it
oh
really
my
is
God,
all on them as Action looks for the double. It's going to be risk for a relatively open net. Puts it on target. Action now just needs to play the shot. And Sonic comes through. I think he could have left it for Classy. It would have been a relatively open goal. But with less than a minute gone, we're 2-0 to the good for SBC.
We are, and Rift's going to try and increase that number down the right-hand side. Sonic. This one up in the middle. Outlaw goes by. Sonic collecting, looking for the backboard, but Classy in a good save there. Action, whoa, taking too long on the ball. He's not first up. Sonic needs a double, doesn't find it, but Saul is there. What a save! Rift able to keep that ball out of the net, and SBC stay alive.
Well, that was certainly their lifeline in Rifts right there. What a save, like you say. But Saul, again, the one with the absolutely lethal attacking presence. Action with the save this time. Classy trying to put it round one. It is
Classy's dribbles are so good. Look at this.
Can they get it through? Actions is on the other side. Can he put it back in? It's going to bounce awkward. Classy trying to look for the read, and it's going to be a soft shot. Outlaw for the clear. Rifts back onto the backboard. Soul trying to look downfield for Outlaw, who is there, and this is going to be dangerous for Classy now.
But does a good job. Now Rifts.
Come on.
Just wanting to get that 50.
Where's
Outlaw's
Action?
right there on the scene. Still 3 minutes left, by the way, in this game number 4. As Outlaw takes a shot. Needs a double. Won't find it, but I tell you who will. Sonic coming through from deep
they got
to get that second touch off the backboard. Outlaw made that work. Action going for another squishy save, by the way, and I'm going to throw something if he tries another one.
Yeah, it's not worked the first time. It's not worked the second time. At what point do you realize, hey, maybe these just aren't for me and I should leave them too squishy?
You know
to be fair, the other team was going for
maybe I
bumps,
try these out in free play before putting them into a semi-final in Royalty Series. Yeah, maybe.
I think that could be the right idea, but like you say, Outlaw, fantastic.
Oh my God,
pass off
Action!
the backboard,
What are you
used
doing
it
here?
well,
Shoot
and has
it!
shown that actually,
Oh my God,
he's ready for the game. Sonic taking it slow though. Riffs with reverse, looks for the 50, gets the 50, still has possession of the ball as well. This is where it can be dangerous. This is where it can be deadly, and no one is back. No boost on the way of SBC. They've got to try and get the clear. They do. Riffs, even with 0 boost, still manages to beat out his opponent. Classy looking to take it over
2
one.
minutes.
Actions now needs to get that control. They need to get boost for their team, because my word, they are struggling.
Rift's just sitting on that 100 in his own corner, just letting the world go by, and maybe going for some fishing as well, maybe making himself a cup of tea while he's over there, and finally getting back involved with the players. Action. 100 boost picked up. Classy off the backboard again. Oh, Action bumped away though, and now there's a chance for a counter-attack. It's not going to happen this time. Salt puts this one down into the corner, and now Action just has to clear this one. He misses. Oh no, Classy's not going to get back in time, and it's all square. 2-2.
Welcome to the stream, Copter. Unfortunately, is another Action mistake that has led to the goal. And Outlaw just has a relatively open net to shoot from. He's assisted one, he's scored one, and my oh my, has he made his presence known in his first game of the semi-finals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, Bibby, what's going on?
Place this one inside. Action. It's that one, but I tell you what, Stryker Assassin, they have really stepped up in the last
2v1. That's
kind of 2 minutes
clear.
or so. We know that SBC were 2-0 up with 3 minutes left. Since then, Stryker Assassin really seem to have stepped up their game, and SBC don't know how to deal with it right now. Rifts just trying to win a couple of 50s on that near side.
It's just like simple mistakes. It's not like Action. I don't know what's going on.
Rifts and Class C trying to work together. In the end, almost taking each other
Rifts
out.
Just gets
it will be Rifts
everyone.
moving down the left. What gets the 100 boost off the ceiling? Chance for Action.
There it is,
the goal.
dude. Bro,
and that's what he's been looking for. Action, not the most consistent on the day, but shows up when it matters. 3-2 with 2 minutes left.
You just need Action to be where he needs to be at the perfect moment. That's it. That's all he needs. Let's go, baby.
So
Let's go,
if
baby.
the result stays as is, what a play again by Riffs, and what a shot by Actions, finding the only part of the net that wasn't taken. Actions with the pre-jump. It's a little bit early, but it's straight off the backboard. Riffs can be there to put it back in for Classy, who is there,
up.
and he
has
puts
a flipper
it straight over the crossbar. And now Actions needs to be careful, needs to pick up some boost, needs to make sure he has enough in the tank. A great demo from Class. He starts to move upfield for his teammates who haven't got the clear, and that's where it can be dangerous. Rifts there to save the day for actions, but no one's back again. Sonic is going to be able to put it on target. Rifts not trusting actions, and I think something has to be said for the defense of SBC at this point in time. It's still dangerous. Sonic is there, puts it down. Soul is there, puts it on target, but it just won't find the back of the net, Rhino.
Just wide coming through from Stryker Assassins, and it's fair to say that every game that SBC have won, it's been a close one. 5 seconds remaining. Must keep the ball up. Must get this on target. So close to an own goal. Action going for another squishy save. And this one into the... Oh my goodness. Net, surely not. It drops. It drops eventually, Cat. SBC win.
What a finish to that game. I definitely say it could have gone either way, and I'm pretty sure.
Start the chant in the chat right now. SBCs, everyone, run that shit. Me
too. To win a game by anything other than a 3-2 scoreline. That's the only way they can win these games. So
why am I not in all caps?
3-2 in the first,
why can't I type in all caps?
3-2 in overtime in the second. We've got the 3-2 now in the fourth, and SBC the series 3 games to 1. Stryker Assassins have to do 3 on the trot now. 3.
Yeah, they do. And so, yeah, 3-1 up. Lots of daylight to work with for SBC. Bringing you action from our other semi-final that's happening at the same time. C4 something in the ascendancy against Brave. 2-1 up. And they are now
C4's up on
7-5
Brave?
in the lead. With 38
Dude, Brave has
seconds
had
left
like a
the fourth
15-1
game. So that one looks like it's going to be a 3-1
run,
scoreline as well. Will the leading teams be able to see that over the line? Stay tuned to find out. We're about to get back into this game.
Wait, if we play C4, we haven't played them yet.
SBC, and
we got to finish out this series, though. 3-1, baby. How are we feeling in the chat?
One and only game for the night.
It does look that way. But it has to be said, I think that Outlaw played a fantastic game. And I'm not entirely certain.
Let's go,
even though
SBC,
I appreciate it was 3-0 in the previous one, I'm not entirely certain that was the correct call. I feel like we might see an SBC very big goal line, goal line here, because this is, I'm not sure this is the right move.
Good save.
How did that stay out of the net? That is a fantastic save coming through from Stryker Assassins. Now going to try and move back down the field, but we seem to be settling into this pattern, Cat, where it's SBC to really take charge and take the advantages in the first half of the game. That one's over the bar. Classy, that's over the bar as well. They just cannot get their heads over the ball. And it will be a chance now for Stryker to turn the tides. But as I was saying, SBC feel like they start games well. But Stryker Assassins feel like they close them out and kind of take over the middle portion of each game. So if they can't score now on the side of SBC, ignore that. Just don't consider it. You know what? That point was so irrelevant. It's not even funny. So we'll just move on.
The danger of the corner comes into play. So it wasn't even a bad hit, but unfortunately Action was just waiting there, waiting for the opportunity to strike, to pounce, and he did so. He gets the 100 now. He looks to take control. He gets the musty flick onto the backboard. They are feeling confident. Rift's looking for the pinch. It's not a great touch from him. Classy forced to rotate. Action needs to be there. Jump straight into the post. And now Soul back off of that corner. Almost leads it to the first goal for Stryker Assassins, but still only 1 to the good, only 1 goal separating these two teams.
Yeah, and Action not going to be able to get that one, so it's Kiwi to take a shot, but find that one over to the far side. Rifts dropping it down, and Classy cannot send that away. There's now Rifts taking this one through. Action, decides to go back, decides to play Shadow. Rifts picks their pocket though, and now the counter-attack can begin. Rifts, can you challenge? No, Sonic able to make the clearance, and Cat, this is where Stryker Assassins can build, and they get the crossbar. They've got another chance. This one finds its home. Kiwi Saw, top right corner with a bouncer, 1-1.
I thought the first one was going in. Soul missed the wide open net after the Action miss. And I think it's fair to say he wasn't expecting Action to miss, but No disrespect to Action after the first couple of games, maybe he should have been expecting him to miss. And it's going to be 1 apiece with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. Rift now looking to take control in the corner. He has 0 boost to work with, needs to back out and allow his team to take control. Action into the center, no one there to attack. And this is the slowest play out from Stryker Assassins that I think I've seen. And that is often what leads to disaster as Classy gets it off of the backboard, looks for the double wrist for the shot onto the sidewall, and no one is there to follow. And I'm not sure how Stryker have managed to keep this ball out.
Well, I mean, we've been asking about how the ball has stayed out of goals quite a few times. Or I thought Classy had disconnected. Then I saw him stop in the middle of the field. I was getting very concerned. Action wins a 50, but it's not going to find its way into the net. Classy intercepting, picking up the 102. Saul sends it over to the near side. Can he find now? Action intercepting. Rifts.
Look at that!
Trying to wait out Saul, wait out the challenge. Eventually it goes through. It's awkward in front of the net. Rifts tries to clear it away, but Stryker Assassins are in the ascendancy. They're the ones who are attacking, and they look the most likely to take this game number 5.
They really do at the moment, and I'm not sure what is going on, but there just feels like a complete dynamic shift in this game. There has been so much open space, so little challenge coming through from both teams.
Oh my
that
God,
it is just a polar opposite to the games we've seen so far. Action now onto the sidewall, looks to put it to center, and again, no one is there for him, and it's just such an odd game at the moment.
It is, and I get the feeling that SBC don't really want to play another game, and they might just be kind of getting inside their own heads about the fact that they really want to win this one. As Rifts will take charge over to the right side. A really solid player so far today, Rifts has been for SBC. Action, he'd be getting in the way of Classy, but eventually does get it around 2.
Oh, here we
that
go.
pinch works in his favor, and now SBC can build. Oh, that's a mistouch. Now there's a chance for Rifts off the backboard, needs a second touch. It's Classy, not gonna find anything. And SBC, well, they want this 4th game. They want to go to the grand final, but they might be denied. Kiwi Saw down the other end. Stryker Assassins stay alive.
Fire. You'll appreciate the kind words.
You might not want to take back out Outlaw. They put back in Kiwi, and sure enough, Kiwi comes straight in.
How about these players own the game? Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Down 1. That's
has been the lifeline that Stryker has needed. So thankfully, able to return, not needing their sub, as Kiwi now on the backboard needs to get a clear. Soul puts it into the path of Rift. Rifts with the miss. Action now needs to put it into the path of Classy. Does so. Classy with the touch. It's back mid. It's a great shot, but it's a better save from Kiwi, and that is going to be a clear out
that's
for
my
Stryker.
line.
Effective at both ends is Kiwi in offense and defense. And now he needs to be in defense again.
Rifts.
Good clearance away.
Rifts
into the middle. Action doesn't have any boost, but he still wins that 50.
All these guys are so solo.
Ball might pop
they're
up, but Sonic is equal to it. 20 seconds left. If SBC wants to see this series out in this game here. Saul drops that one down. It's Action playing it forwards. Saul into the corner. It's not in the half that Stryker Assassins would want it to be in. Classy into the middle. Saul sends it away. Now got to remain up in the air. Rifts comes through. Doesn't get there. Classy can't read it. And we extend the series again. 3-2 to SBC.
The first of the games that Stryker needed to take of the 3. So that's 1 down. They've got 2 more to go. And if they keep it up in the fashion they just did, I think they have every opportunity to take it. Kiwi came back in and looked like they never left the field. 3 saves, 2 goals, and a crucial part of that Stryker Assassin team in game number 5.
Yeah, looks like Brave are going to be doing the same thing that Stryker are, though. They were 3-1 down. They are going to win game 5. Unless a miracle happens in 40 seconds, they will take home a second game on the series. They're going to keep themselves in with a shout of getting to the grand finals later tonight. As Kiwi saw, this is a big game for Stryker Assassins now. Every single game is a big game for Stryker Assassins. They face elimination. They face going out as a top 14. However, they really seem to be up to the challenge. I really like the way this roster are putting their heads together, working as a team, working as a unit, and SBC are struggling to deal with them in the offensive half.
They really are, and unfortunately at the moment for SBC, they are not looking like the well-oiled machine they looked like in the first couple of games, as Classy coming to the save of Action. Classy again trying to put it back out. He's got possession, he's got the ball, they've got the bumps on each other. Classy now taking it out of the way of Action, and it's still looking like they're struggling to play as a team at the moment.
Does Rifts trying to get around the attack of Kiwi, but Sonic puts it on the sidewall. Classy can't read it. Action's the only one back. He gets demoed. There's a chance now, but it's cleared away nicely by Classy, and he will try and win this one in the air. Sonic drops it down. Action coming in from deep. What a laser. It's going to miss wide. Chance for Rifts following in, but Action takes it away from him. Probably the best option. I don't think Rifts was getting there first. Pinch into the middle. Saul to send it away. Will there be an SBC man there? Yes, there is. Catch by Classy. Now trying to find a teammate. No, actually going for goal. Back post. Won't find it. Action might out of the corner. And Stryker Assassin survive once more.
And they really did survive. That was a devastating attack, or at least it should have been, but they just could not convert. Classy now into the corner. Rifts with 0 boost is going to force Action to have a slower attack than maybe he'd like to. Pass out over to Rifts. He does have the mechanics. We've mentioned it before. Is he going to show us how? The pass through to Classy.
Oh my God, demo.
Classy. There's
just
the first goal 2 minutes in. Goes the way of SBCA.
SBC Classy, you little dancer. That one over the top of an on-rushing defender. And a slot into the goal. Empty net, it's fair to say. SBC back in the lead, but how many times have we seen this series? How many times have SBC been in the lead? Stryker Assassin have been able to push them back. This game is not done yet. Sonic gonna try and get that equalizer early, but Rift's now pushing it around the left-hand side. Still just under 3 minutes left. Plenty of Rocket League to play, and plenty of time for Stryker Assassin to come back in this one.
Absolutely there is, and you'd mentioned it earlier on that SBC are just lethal at the early stages of the game. Action with a relatively open net misses the target altogether. Rifts now needs to put the pressure back on. Action's cutting Classy, and because of that, it's going to be one apiece. And this has just been a comedy of errors in those last 10 seconds.
Double commit on the sidewall, no one back in net. Kiwi Sort has been given a gift, and he will not turn it away. It won't be one of those that you have to go to Argos the next week and return. This one is one that he will take to the bank. As Sonic now down the right-hand side. Rifts got to try and get his team back in the lead, but Saul's picked his pocket. Now trying to get the pass inside. Rifts intercepting. Classy now up the left. Gonna clear this one away, up to midfield. Action has a chance. Kiwi's going to intercept, now pushing it down to the left, and this is where it gets awkward. This is where it gets messy. The next goal is going to be so pivotal in this game, but not just this game, Cat, in this whole series. And that could be it. Action makes a save.
And that was a great retreating save. I saw Action with it wasn't even a half flip. It was kind of a backwards wave dash, managed to recover for it. And he's definitely made up for some of the defensive errors of the earlier games that he's had. Now Action's off into the corner. Rifts has 100 boost to work with, needs to get the clear out. Great touch from Saul. A better 50 from Kiwi. Gives it to Sonic, but the block from Kiwi comes through. I'm not sure if that was on target. I think it was. Rifts now downfield. Saul needs to get the block, and that could have been 2-1, but we are still level with 1:20 left.
Yeah, let's talk about that catch in the corner by Saul for a moment. That was lovely as he brought that one down into his possession. But not so lovely was what happened at the other end of the field for the side of Stryker Assassin. Sonic won't get there first. Action has one to beat. Gets around Saul. It's off the backboard. He needs help. He needs a second man. Is there Rifts to come in from deep? There is 1 minute on the clock, and Rifts scores to send SBC into the lead in game number 6.
Look at him fly. Look at him soar.
Game number 6. We are in game number 6. We've almost gone the distance in this series so far. What a shot from Rifts, finding the top corner, finding the upper echelons. And all they have to do now is just hold on. Can they do it? As I said before, they've only won by 3-2 so far. So if history repeats itself, Stryker Assassin have got one more in them.
Yeah, Rifts once again making a cup of tea on a 100 boost pad, this time in the middle of the field. As he now goes over to the right-hand side and does whiff on that ball, gives Kiwi a chance. Ball into the middle, that's going to be awkward. Sonic, can you turn this one in? Rifts gets a challenge. Action can't get there. Saul into the corner. Yeah. And that one will be brought right the way back to the Stryker Assassins half. It's now or never for Stryker. They must get the goal, but Rifts wants to deny them. Pinch away by Kiwi, 20 seconds. Can they extend?
I have no idea, but I am so nervous for both teams because it means so much. They just need one more goal to stay in this. One more good shot. As Soul goes up, it could be here, but Action gets the clear. Classy now with the touchdown. And it's going to be SBCA, the first finalists in the EU All-Stars tier.
I see you in chat, Sobia. I see you getting excited for the team. SBCA, it was not the easiest road. It was not the simplest of routines, but they were able to see it over the line, and they will progress to the grand finals of the Stryker Esports European All-Star 3v3 League. I mean, Kat, what a series, what a game.
It was absolutely incredible. They gave us thrills left, right, and center. Close games, with the exception of a 7-0 thrown in. You know, just a casual throw off the entire script that we had written prematurely. But this was a blast of a game to see. And SBCA, you know, they're the only team to beat this Stryker Assassins team, and they've done it again. So even though Stryker Assassins,
we're the only ones to beat them, we beat them again.
They've got to take some almost pride in the fact that the only team that they lost to were the finalists. But
oh my god,
do we have an update for the Brave and C4 something team?
Dude, are they playing C4? That might be a problem.
C4 are 4-2 up, sorry, in game number 6.
Wow.
And of course, that is with 1 minute 42 left, and they are 3-2 left.
I'm gonna go talk to these boys real quick. Whew. Everyone, take a little deep breath here. We're chilling. We're chilling. You guys might be chilling a little bit more than I am, but holy crap. Hello, gentlemen. I am in comms.
It cannot be understated.
Give me that cowboy hat sign, boy.
Dude, congrats on the cowboy hat sign, dude. Let's go! Good shit, gentlemen. Holy shittery. Dude, how does it feel?
Finalists. I mean, beating Stryker again. We're the only team to do it.
I know, I just heard that as well. I mean, dude, that is awesome, bro. My man.
Love it. Love it.
I'm gonna...
Okay, wait, so are we playing the finals right now, or?
I'm gonna mute up stream real quick. I'll be right back, stream. All right. We are back. We are back. Holy shittery. Woo! Woo! How we feeling? No, I'm at this store trying to find your Red Bull. Hey, Papi Chenzo. What up, Queso? How we feeling, guys? SBC taking on the semifinals. Holy shit. I just got goosebumps, bro. This is crazy. This is insane. This is insane. Guys, talk to me in the chat. How we feeling? First fucking go around, man. All right. Yo, I'm going to throw back to this gem. All right, so here, guys, I just got word. We're going to do something here. I don't, and just trust the process, guys. Go show Royalty Series some love. Yep. Here we go. Go show them some love. I heard you loud and clear. Let's do it. Can I get a W Chenzo in the chat? Yo, showing